heavy tonight. Pause. Let's start this off right. Yeah. 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 Woo. I love it. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's great? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I'm joined by my co-host, my brother from another mother. Blood couldn't make us any closer. One of the best photographers in the world, my brother Santana. Say something to the people.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all could have been anywhere tonight, but y'all here with us, and we appreciate that. But we're gonna get right into it. And let's do it.
Let's get popping, man. Yo, it's been such a crazy time, such a crazy time to be alive. Let me shout out to some of the people already in the chat, already in the building. Appreciate y'all as always for tapping in. Let me shout out to Tremont Lions in the building, Winter Breeze, Culture Talk, King Prince. These are just a few of our day ones already in the building, as well as badge holders. Again, shout out to King Prince for always supporting the show. Please talk about money Trump is getting us. Yeah, Trump been talking a whole lot of money talk. He been talking my language. He's been talking my language. So shout out to King Prince again for always supporting the show as always. Thank you a million. And that goes, like I said, for me and my brother to you, man. All right, y'all. We are, like my bro said, we're gonna get into it. I just wanted to send some quick shout out to our chat. Um, let's okay. Oh, real quick. We just went over the 10,000 subscribe mark, the 10,000 subs. The new goal is 20,000 subs. We already at 11,000 subs for this channel. So again, no, we're a little over 10. Yeah, I'm bugging. We're a little over 10. Cool breaks. We're a little over 10. And the new goal is 20,000 subs for this channel. So continue to like, subscribe, share. Whether it's videos, whether it's the profile, share. All right, y'all. First topic. Well, I'm bugging. First segment of the night. Y'all already know it's our popular opinions segment. This segment is brought to you by OUV Records. The label motto is create, document, and inspire. So make sure you go to at OUV Records on Instagram right now and stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. First question of the night for popular opinions. Again, y'all, these are not our questions. These are the world's questions. So stick to the answers in the questions. You ready for this, bro?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. Which animation is needed the most? Which animation is needed the most? Meaning, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Which animation series is needed the most? Which animation series is needed the most? Number 1, The Gargoyles. Number 2, Spider-Man. Number 3, The Punisher. Number 4, SWAT Cats. SWAT Cats. Let us know what y'all think in the chat.
Like a remake that they would remake now.
Yeah.
Or like remake the seasons that they had and like probably add some new joints to it.
Like they will remake it now, like how X-Men 97 kind of like had their vibe. Like what would be something you would really want to see?
I really would want to see Gargoyles again, because Gargoyles to me was like the stories that they had was just too pivotal. I still remember an episode that just as a kid hurt my heart and stuff, like, and it was just such a gut wrenching episode. And it's like, nah, Gargoyles for me was like, if they remade that one, the stories was just too lit. And I think it was just, as a kid, it was a lot that was going on. You know what I'm saying? And it was New York City. It's like, oh nah, this is a different type of New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fact.
A whole lot of stuff going on in this New York. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope. So I definitely would love to see a remake of Gargoyles.
Bro, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. And not to sound so shocked, but I agree with you because, like, I just enjoyed the gargoyles for the entertainment value when we was kids. But this whole time, I didn't even know that the gargoyles didn't even have a names until they came into the new world. In the
Mhm.
old world, they had no names. It was just like, yo, we out here. Only Goliath had the name. Everybody had to respect the king. You know what I'm saying? Which was Goliath. Everybody else was just like Ayo type of thing. They didn't get names until they woke up into the new world. You know, that's how you got the names like Brooklyn, Bronx, Hudson. They were talking about the
Mhm.
Hudson River. Like that was just so like so the gargoyles. That's how they came up with their names. Like Goliath was like, yo, I know we in the new world, but yo, hit the town, just stay out of sight. And when they came back, it was like, yo, you got a name like, yo, can we get a name? You feel me? And then they start calling son Hudson. He was like, yeah, because the Hudson River. He was like, oh,
Mhm.
in that case, call me Brooklyn. And I'm like, yo, that's kind of fly the way they came up with that. So me personally,
Facts.
I'm going with the gargoyles as well. My brother went with the gargoyles as well. Uh, Shout out to D'Angelo in the building. He said Boondocks. Boondocks not on this list. Again, the list is the Gargoyles, Spider Man, the Punisher, and SWAT Cats. So again, we both went what we went with. The rest of the world at 41% went with the Punisher. What do you think about that?
As a cartoon, I mean, I guess it's cool. I didn't really like Punisher was cool. I mean, it's common. That's cool, but
Mhm.
Gargoyles for me would have been way better. But
Me too. Yeah, I'm right there, bro. I'm right there with you because the whole storyline was just so lit. And then even when they came into the new world, I don't want to ruin it for y'all. Just go tap into the if you could tap into the old series, but tap into that major fire. I would love to see a new animation on the gargoyles. All right, moving on to our next popular opinion question. And again, y'all, these are not our questions. These are the word questions. So stick to the answers in the questions. All right, question number 2. Most ridiculous most ridiculous basketball player character in a movie. Most ridiculous basketball player character in the movie, in a movie. Number 1, Calvin Cambridge, like Mike. Number 2, Uncle Drew in Uncle Drew. Number 3, Scott Howard in Teen Wolf. Number 4, Joanna in Joanna Man. Again, let us know what y'all think in the chat. Most ridiculous basketball player character in a movie.
for me, it would have to be definitely like Mike Calvin Britt. Was it Cambridge or something? Yeah,
Calvin, Calvin Cambridge.
yeah.
Wow, why Calvin Cambridge?
Come on, because the storyline was ridiculous. A little eighth grader, sixth grader playing against grown men and winning. Like, stop it. The
And some
rest of the characters, at least, were somewhat believable.
and some old beat up Chucks.
You know, and some old beat up Chucks. Like that'll be more believable. At least they were in high school and he was playing against high school. You know what I'm saying? People his age.
Right.
So it was at least believable.
He was cooking Vince Carter and all of them, and like Mike. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Jason Kidd and everybody. On this one, I think all of these are very ridiculous, by the way. Very ridiculous. I want to agree with you, but I gotta go with Scott Howard and Teen Wolf. Like how are you playing ball and out of nowhere, the player just off of the rebound, off of the boards, just turned into full wolf, going crazy like he Dennis Rodman, head coming out everywhere. He got fangs, and now he coming down the court, silky smooth, bopping dudes. Mind you, some was only like 5'5" at best, doing doing windmillies off the vert on like 3 people.
You know what? I'm not even gonna front. How you turn into a wolf and all of a sudden you got skills now? Cause you was just trash. Cause some was just real trash. Now you a teen wolf. All of a sudden you nice and bold? How?
Coming down silky smooth, like he could barely dribble. Now he coming down in and out, behind the back, all at the same time. Twang that thing, go to the rack, hit you with the head bop, then turn back around, dunk on you off the vert. You feel off the vert, like at 5'5". Like, come on, bro. Calvin Cambridge was ridiculous because he was busting like the foul line dunk, very ridiculous. But Scott Howard,
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna still
at least,
stick with it, but that definitely was ridiculous. Now I think about it, son. Teen
you know,
Wolf was wild, son.
and at
I'm
least Bow
calling
Wow,
all kind of technicals, all types of this can't this can't go down.
you feel me? Like at least Bow Wow had a little coordination. You know what I'm saying? Wolf was completely trash. Like, and my man number 42 just comes down silky, like, oh, in and out, oh, just killing the game. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go with Scott Howard for Teen Wolf. My brother went with Bow Wow for Calvin Cambridge. Yo, shout out to Dirtbag, Freak White. Appreciate you. Shout out to Juan in the building as well. The rest of the world at 51% went with Scott Howard, Teen Wolf. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a definite fact. Now I come to a realization. It's like hold on, how bro just first of all, he definitely traveled after he turned into a Teen Wolf. So nobody called that. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
And then all of a sudden, how you just automatically know how to play ball? So how does turn into a wolf give you the schematic skills to play ball now? So you
Right.
can windmill, dunk, all that.
All that at 5'5". At 5'5". And everybody was on board. Like, yo, oh, he could ball? It's not that, oh, he's a wolf. Oh, now he can ball. So it's
You can win
cool. Like,
state now. You know what I'm saying? We cool.
it'd be cool. Like the ridiculousness of the 80s, you can't shake the movie magic of the 80s, bro. All right, so moving on. That yo, funny, funny. All right, moving on to our next segment. Hollywood Need to Ask Us. We came up with the segment because Hollywood has given us a lot of movies we didn't ask for, lacks creativity, and lacks any connection. So we came up with better ideas of movies or what will be a series. You want to start this one off?
Now you can start it off.
All right, so me, I want to see a movie. I want to see a movie part two. Y'all know I love my part twos, y'all. We finally need to see Above the Rim part two, the movie. The way they left the movie has so much meat to the bone. Pause. You could reprise the Kyle Watson character as basically being the new Tommy Shepard. Dwayne Martin still looks young enough to play ball and still teach the young buck that's coming through. Marlon Wayans could be getting out of jail for murdering Bernie, right? The legs on maybe building like a Flip fund. You know what I mean? Because Flip was murdered. Anybody that watched the Above the Rim, the first movie, the guy that played the homeless man by Bernie Mac, played
Mm-hmm.
Flip. So it's just too much meat on the bone.
No,
Pause.
no, no. No, that's a fact. So that's a fact. I can see all the characters come back. Leon come back. He's still with
Yeah.
the moms. You know what I'm saying? They old now. They grandparents now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He coming back to coach the school and all that. Or something that could have been lit. So,
Right.
yo, that could be fine. So give my man Dwayne Martin the job. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if we could make what you call, if we could make Fast and the Furious 11,
Come on.
we could make Above the Rim too. So come on.
Just cut out a little budget for Above the
Yeah,
Rim.
a little budget. You know what I'm saying?
Low budget. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be that expensive because it's a basketball movie. Basketball movies don't tend to be overly expensive, but they overly entertaining because of the basketball in itself. So, but because those characters really hit, and a lot of those characters are still around. The only people that really died for real was Flip, of course, Bernie character, and probably my favorite character all through the movie, uh, Woods character, the dude that played Avon Barksdale from The
Oh
Wire.
yeah. I
Um,
forget what his name in the movie it was.
man.
I can't remember.
But I know I'm gonna remember as soon as we get off camera because I say the name in joking fashion all the time. So Motar. I had to say it like your
Motar, you started?
Motar. I had to play that in my mind. Motar, you start. So it could even be to the point where Motar had a son that he left around, but Motar's son is nothing like how Motar was. And now you got Kyle Watson, mentoring him. It could be anything. You see what I'm saying? It just has too many legs for it to move it forward. So
And you could tie in I mean, so the new age street rap with it, you know what I'm saying? Like the kids these days are
yeah,
into, you know what I'm saying, the
it's
streets more,
real.
not really you know what I'm saying? You could add in so many layers to it. Like it, it could be done. And all these
Yeah,
cut these people a check. I would love to see him reprise his role again. Same way it was when Leon came in, was showing him, hey, you gotta spread the fingers when you shoot that 3-point shot. It's like,
right, right,
is Top Cop trying to teach me how to shoot? He like,
right.
nah, I just seen you miss that shot last night.
Yo, he said, yo, what you stick to saving bombs and I stick to shooting jumpers. You know what I'm saying? Like that so the new hothead could be just as worse or next level
Mm-hmm.
what he was. And just to see that coming full circle, he learned a lot from Bernie's character based on how
Right.
he
It's gonna take a new age coach to take on these new age kids. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, I would love that. I would love that. I think that would be absolute fire, man.
Nah,
Uh
that's a dope idea. I think that would be fire as hell too. Reprise all these characters and why not? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Give all these other movie franchises 2, 3, 4, $5 million to do. I mean 4, 5, 6 different parts in their movies. You can get a part 2 to Above the Rim. I think that'll be fire.
Please do. It would be too fire. So yeah, that's
All right.
my
All right, chat. My Hollywood needs to ask us. I would love to see a real drawn out, possibly series, and could be drawn onto different movies about the true aspects of the Haitian Revolution.
okay.
Specifically, the Battle of Savannah, Georgia in 1791 that actually helped the Americans win the Revolutionary War. And then also freeing all of Central and South America.
Hmm.
So all of Central, South America, well, pretty much all the Americas
Right.
is a great
Right.
debt to the Haitian Revolution. And I think it's time to really draw out and showcase this historic and not talked about enough
Right. Right.
aspect of all of our history. You know what I'm saying? It's not just us, it's for all of us. So I feel as though we need to get the best of the best. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Sit
Yes.
down. Don't come out until y'all got all types of scripts. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Y'all
Right.
do it for everybody else. So let's sit down and just make this happen. And I think it will be so apparent because it's like it's such a big moment. It just I didn't know until years later about how many other countries my ancestors freed in the South Americas. I just knew about 4, and I know it was the rest of all the Americas. So you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
I think it would be dope. And a lot of these countries do show love by showcasing. If you didn't know, Colombia has red and blue on their flag with the yellow because of our flag.
Mhm.
Because when they won their independence, Colombia and they came to Haiti to get their flag done, and to
Yeah.
show camaraderie, they kept the red and blue and put the yellow on their flag and went back. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it is still there in the history, still on their flag. So no matter how much Colombians want to feel about it, it's on your flag, bro. So
Right.
it's the
Yeah.
history. So you can get mad how you want, but it is what it is. So I would love to see a great series and flesh out different movies because there was so many characters, so many people that did so much during this time, and I think it would be a dope project to see.
I would love to see that myself. Would you want it to have the same type of color grade as like what was that movie God of is it Lord or God of War? Not God of War, but Lord
Oh, Lord of War, that one with
no, not Lord of War. It's Kings of God. What was the movie where they as from young boys they was raised up and they was basically raised in violence and they went on a killing spree when they was like 10 years old. and they killed like the whole hotel staff, and they was like 10 years old. And one grew up to be like real cool, and the other one grew up to be wild crazy.
Mm.
And one was so crazy, he ended up killing the one that was real cool. He killed him in front of like a whole bunch of people at like a dance or whatever. But like when it came to like women, he was just so awkward. And the cool one, he would just naturally get shorties. So much to the point, like he wanted this one particular girl, and he raped her and killed the boyfriend or beat up the boyfriend. No, I think he beat up the boyfriend and raped the girl right in front of him.
Don't know this movie. I don't know this movie.
It's called Lord of something or God of something. And
Uh,
and then there was another kid that liked to take pictures.
oh, you talking about that joint? It was like set in Brazil or something.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't remember the. I know what movie you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of it.
Would you want it to have that same kind of color grade?
Um. Oh, because of the historical aspect. Yeah, I mean that color grade would definitely work out for the historical and um the time frame that it's in, and
Mhm.
definitely I would love the whoever was the set designer for Napoleon, because they had the time frame with the clothing and all that stuff on point. So whoever that was, hire them too, and get the color grade and get all these top tier directors to get on this one.
Yeah.
50, what up? You know what I'm saying? You're right there in Louisiana. You can make it happen.
Make it happen. Stop playing, Fifth. You know what I'm saying? You got all that right there. Come on, Fifth. Stop playing. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment, our must see segment: must see movies, must hear music, must see classic TV show, documentary, or stand up. You want to start this one off?
All right, Chad, you know how I do. I always have a theme for my movies. This week is no exception. My theme from so shout out to Venezuela, another country, you know what I'm saying? They president show love all the time. Uh my my movies always has a theme. So my theme for this one is vigilante season, but it's crash out edition. So
Mm,
each one of these movies, the main character was
I
on a
like
vigilante aspect, but it was a crash out mission. You
I
know what I'm
like
saying?
that.
You definitely gotta watch these movies to find out why it was a crash out. You know what I'm saying? So first
Mhm.
movie on this list is called Falling Down. Came out in 1993, stars Michael Douglas, Eve Rose Smith, Barbara Hershey, Rachel Tacoin, Edrich Forrest, Joey Hope Singer, Tuesday Weld, Lewis Smith, Michael Paul Chang, and Raymond J. Berry. But basically, dude just having the worst day you could possibly think of in LA, set in the early 90s, and it's the hottest day ever. And it's just a chain of events that just makes him crash out. And you gotta watch the movie to find out how he crashes out. Fire movie.
Mhm.
Definitely want to check this movie out. Next one on the list is called Death Sentence. Came out in 2007. Stars Kevin Bacon, Kelly Preston, John Goodman, Garrett Hedlund, Aisha Taylor, Kanan Howell, Leah Winhell, Stuart Lafferty, Jordan Garrett, Eddie Gaithel, Jay Amor, and Dennis Keither. Another movie, fire movie. Premise is the same. This one is a little different on the crash out mission. He is on his vigilante wave, but you would kind of understand his crash out. So you definitely gotta watch the movie to find out why his crash out is an understandable crash out. All right. Last on this list is called Edge of Darkness. Came out 2010. Stars Mel Gibson, Ray Weinstone, Danny Houston, Bojani Nova Novakovic, Gabrielle Neapoa, Sean Roberts, David Aaron Baker, Dennis O'Hare, Peter Harmon, Frank Grillo, and Paul Sparks. Another dope movie on this vigilante wave, another crash out. But this one, again, is a sympathetic crash out. And you got to
Mhm.
watch the movie, find out why this is a sympathetic crash out. So, my movies for vigilante season crash out edition is Falling Down, Death Sentence, and Edge of Darkness.
Make sure y'all tap into those movies. Shout out to Kerry in the building. Shout out to M. McGee in the building. Shout out to Noah in the building. Shout out to Gene in the building. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Hit them likes, hit them 100s in there. Make sure y'all tap into those movies. Fire crash out movies. You know what I'm saying? We in crash out season. There's a lot of crashing out going on in the world today. We're gonna be talking about top level crash outs later on in the show. So it's crazy how you even named those three movies. So my must see three movies. Yeah, you know me. I love to go back to the 80s, give y'all that 80s vibe. So my first must see movie came out in 1987, directed by Emil Ardenlina. This stars Jennifer Grey, Patrick Swayze, Beach, Cynthia Rhodes, and Jerry Orbach. This movie is called Dirty Dancing. A fire movie about a young lady having to go to the family house in the summertime. Really don't want to go for real. She meets a young man, and you have to see the rest of the movie. It's a fire movie. I'm telling y'all, something about that 80s movie. It's just 80s magic. You know what I mean? It's just popping. You got just people just dancing, all on their dirty vibe. So make sure y'all tap into Dirty Dancing. Second must see movie came out in 1994, directed by Andrew Shellerman. This movie stars Luke Edwards, Timothy Bushville, Miles Fuller, Scott Patterson, and Dennis Farina. This movie is called Little Big League. Fire movie about a young man that had to take over his grandfather's baseball team. Grandfather was beloved by the community, by the family, and the grandfather left this young man the baseball team, being the owner of this baseball team. And you have to see the rest of the movie. Entertaining, funny. So make sure y'all tap into Little Big League. My third and final must see movie came out in 2007, directed by Rennie Harlan. This movie stars Samuel L. Jackson, Ed Harris, Eva Mendes, Kiki Palmer, and Luis Guzman. This movie is called Cleaner. Fire movie about a man who is a former cop, has a job as a professional cleaner that cleans up crime scenes. And he goes to one particular place, and you have to see the rest of the movie. It's a fire movie. Listen to that cast. That that
Top
cast.
there, right there.
Come on, Samuel L. Jackson, Ed Harris, Eva Mendes, little Kiki Palmer in here when she was little Kiki, and Luis Guzman. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all tap into my three must-see movies: Cleaner, Little Big Lead, and Dirty Dancing. Must see those. Quick shout out. Quick shout out. I don't want to bypass them. Appreciate you, Noah. Appreciate you, Noah. Appreciate you, Noah, for supporting the show. We appreciate you immensely because of that. So again, continue to be active in the chat, and thank you again. We appreciate that. Uh, Shout out to Biggs in the building. We got Biggs in the building. We got Jack's Kitchen in the building. Appreciate y'all tapping in. All right, y'all. Moving on to our our must hear segment. Get these songs on your playlist. This is R&B version tonight. I've been doing a whole lot of hip hop. People been like, "Yo, when you gonna do a little R&B?" All right, so here's the R&B version tonight. Must hear, must have on your playlist. Christopher Williams, the singer Christopher Williams. Put these three songs on your playlist, fellas and ladies. Fellas, to get the mood cracking, and ladies, sometimes you gotta get it right too. All right, so must have. First song you must have is called uh, "Don't You Want to Make." Put that on your playlist. Thank me later. "Don't You Want to Make." Second must have song on your playlist by Christopher Williams. "I'm Your Present." Fires, fellas. That song is a cheat code. "I'm Your Present" is a cheat code. I guarantee it. Okay. Third must have on your playlist by Christopher Williams, is "Oh Girl." Trust me. I So again, put these three songs on your playlist by Christopher Williams. "Oh Girl," "I'm Your Present," "Don't Don't You Wanna Don't You Wanna Make." Put those on your playlist. All right, moving on to our must see here, classic TV. I'm sorry, must see or classic TV show, documentary, or stand up. You want to start this one off?
Yes. To continue with my vigilante season, what
Hmm.
happened?
No, no, no. They was asking if those on Spotify. It's on Spotify too. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So to continue with my vigilante season, I got another one. This is vigilante season, but justice, where this one I can understand, you know what I'm saying? They on their vigilante right, on their vigilante route, but it's justified. You know what I'm saying? They try to clear their name, they try to throw salt on them, put, you know what I'm saying, drugs in their car, set them up with a murder, and now they're on some vigilante wave to clear their name. So it's a classic show. It only had one season. And it came out in 1995, and it's called The Vanishing Son. Um, Stars Russell Wong, Chiu Mu Lo, Jason Leland Adams, Stephanie Niswick, Marcus Chong, Hong So Yorn, Rebecca Gayhart, pause, Ash Adams, Justin Nugent, Catherine Bell, and Alexandra Tidings. Again, like I say, young guy on, you know I'm saying, nomad, moving from town to town. Goes into one town, gets set up by people in the town for a murder. Now he's on his vigilante wave to try, you know what I'm saying, clear his name. Fire movie, I mean, series. It only had, like I said, only had one season. Every episode, he was in a different town trying to clear his name, but then he would find some way to help somebody out in the town, and you know what I'm saying, also get good blessings by doing that too. I thought it was a dope series. Mad it only got one season, but if you want some vigilante justice wave, definitely check out The Vanishing Son. Pretty sure you could catch it on YouTube. Most definitely on Tubi.
Hmm. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Yo, we giving y'all top tier things to watch and listen to. Shout out to Ayo, Maria in the building. Bro, Casey and JoJo all my life got to be on the playlist. When I do Casey and JoJo playlist, that was a Christopher Williams playlist. Casey and JoJo all my life. You trying to get somebody pregnant to that song? So I'm not talking about getting nobody pregnant. We talking about getting somebody pregnant ish. Christopher Williams is going to get you pregnant ish. You see what I'm saying? So on the Christopher Williams one, those are the songs you want to get right. I'm just saying. Okay. But make sure y'all tap into that show, man. Top fire show. All right, my must see classic TV show, documentary, or stand up came out in 2009 by Mike Epps. Never Faded. I think it's his funniest stand up that he's ever done. And that's saying a lot because he has some pretty classic stand ups, but Never Faded. Always do it for me. Pause. I probably watched Never Faded probably like 5 times, and I laugh like I watched it for the first time every single time. Every single time. So for those who haven't seen it, it's Mike Epps, Never Faded. Make sure y'all tap into that that stand up. You got cologne for us?
Definitely got cologne for y'all. You look good, you feel good, you smell good, you're gonna do good. This week is called Sanctuary, and the fragrance is called Cross River Gorilla. Again, not a big name, but definitely the scent is what's important. So definitely tap into Sanctuary, and the fragrance again is called Cross River Gorilla.
Yeah, that's a wild name. I ain't gonna hold you. Anytime cologne got a name like that, you know that joint gonna go crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You just want to get on your animalistic way. So get you some Cross River Gorilla, and you're gonna get you right. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm gonna come out with a cologne. I'm gonna call it Boot Knock, and that joint gonna be crazy. Everybody like, yo, you heard that new Boot Knock? That boot again. Listen to what the name of the cologne, Boot Knock. You know what I'm saying? Get the boots knocking. You feel me?
They knocking the boots.
Knock, they knocking the boots. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all tap into that gorilla. What is it called again?
It's called Cross River Gorilla.
Cross River Gorilla. All right, y'all already know what time it is. It's that part of the show. It's time to rap. This segment is brought to you by sorry by Button Snap, so you get classic movies, shows, a documentary For your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, button snaps. First hot topic of the night. There has been 87 confirmed plane incidents in the US this year so far. Bro, February 20th. February 20th, bro. We not even in the full 60 days. And there's already been 87 confirmed plane incidents in the US of A. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm not like a conspiracy theorist at all, but it's just funny when like the last year or the year before that, when all those Boeing employees were trying to come out and trying to explain what was going on in the companies, and then I don't know, they mysteriously started dying off. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Now, fast forward to now,
Good point.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, if we could just, if they had something to say and they never had a chance to say it, who knows where we would be at now? I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, like it's a bunch of, it was a few people, more than a few, that were documented to speak against Boeing and didn't get the chance to speak. And you know what I'm saying, fast forward to now, you have in 2 months 87 incidents of planes malfunctioning, dropping out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just, I'm not saying a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know. It's just kind of sketchy to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. Um, this I like I said, what's going on with the plane crashes, I think is bigger than Nino Brown. Like like we think these are like just regular things that are just happening. Nah, it has to be linked to a much bigger purpose. That's just simply thinking logically. It don't need to be, you know, conspiracy theory. It's just plain logic. Like it's too many planes crashing for nobody not to know nothing, bro. JoJo knows something. He just don't know tires. He knows something. So in this particular instance, and they're crashing any and everywhere. So I don't know what this is going to be a direct reflection of, or the effect is going to be. But for me, I don't even want to fly anymore. I'm too nervous now. I want to go over here. I want to go over there. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see the sights that bad. That's just maybe that's supposed to create the scarcity of flying for another funnel purpose. Like, what are they trying to really get us to buy or invest in that erases the fear of flying to, get to where you want to go to?
I'm really just gonna boil it down simply to just greed. It got to a point where a lot of people were just greedy. A lot of these companies didn't really care about people, the consumer, their health risk, anything like that. They really cared so much more so on the shareholders,
Mhm.
making money and making profits for the shareholders. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they could do to make money for the shareholders, whether it's cutting corners on key components for flight, you know what I'm saying? To instead of getting this guaranteed part here, you go this route and get a cheaper part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Yes.
to save some money so you could get some money on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
But lo and behold, going the cheaper route in the instance of planes in the long run is not the smart deal, because you get incidents where now you have to shell out more money.
Right.
So
Yeah.
in the short term, it doesn't make sense, because in the long term, it's a lose situation, because it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. You have a car, you know you need a certain lug nut. You may put one that doesn't fit there, but just one that gets you where you need to go,
Mm-hmm.
at least. So when you get there, you put the right piece there.
Right.
You just don't leave it there, because you know
Right.
eventually it's going to make the situation even worse. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel as though it's that scenario with planes. Like, if you think about it, there was so many other companies growing up. I know me growing up, it was many different airline companies.
Mm-hmm.
So many, it was like just so many. Now it's just consolidated to so many few, and you getting the as a consumer, we're getting the shit end of the stick because we're paying more and not getting anything back in return because they're taking the money, charging us. I remember just a few weeks ago, my mother asked me to buy her a plane ticket. So I'm going through the process of buying a plane ticket. We buy the ticket, then the next prompt asks me to pay for a seat. So I'm like, what do you mean pay for the seat? Like, we just paid for the ticket.
Right.
Why am I paying for the seat?
Mm-hmm.
I was confused.
Yeah.
What is the price of the ticket if not for the seat on the plane?
Right. Correct.
Were you gonna put my mom in the cupboard or something? Like, what? You see what I'm saying? So that's the point of shareholders and thinking about ways to get more money out of us and not thinking about safety, and in the long run putting more money back into the business would be the smarter play.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the long run you would have more longevity because the equipment and the stuff you're using lasts longer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take.
I mean, even plain materials is very expensive. The process of the plane, landing and taking off, that's a very extensive process. You have all types of people that work at the airport to make sure that these things are checked, that the proper maintenance is done. Then you have second and third. Like, there's a thorough search when these planes are being taken off, and it's a very uh it's a very tedious thing to train people to do these things. And at the end of the day, to see this much going on, are they really cutting corners on how many people that's working, or are they overworking people? Like what is the root of all this going on that's going to stop this? What's going to
Yeah.
help scarcity of this?
I mean, we had that opportunity when all those people were supposed to go to court and say their piece.
Facts.
So where's the investigation on that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Who's gonna get the information?
Right.
They was robbed of their life, and we was robbed as a public of the information that we so desperately need now.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the information, but mysteriously they died, in mysterious means days before they were supposed to testify. Nobody did no checkup, like investigation, nothing.
Like, all right, cool.
Oh, case dismissed, I guess. All right.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I just thought it was very interesting. We haven't, bro. We just got into 2025. We just got into 20. We're not in October. We're not in November. We're 87 in November would be what? We had 87 what? We in February. So you mean to tell me that we have more plane crashes than days of the year? Or plane incidents. They call it an incident. They don't want to technically call it plane crashes. I'm completely scared of flying at this point. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm good. If I can't drive or can't take the train over there, I'm good. I do not want to fly. Seriously, I'm completely good. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Rapper 50 Cent resurfaced pictures of Joe Buttons in the street in his underwear after there was some sayings on the Joe Button podcast about the situation between 50 Cent and Big Meech. What do you think about that?
I feel that's a situation that if you have nothing to do with it, just stay out of it. Honestly, you shouldn't have speak anything about it, especially if you have stuff like that floating around on the internet that people could just find and then remind you of the mistake you made that day.
Right.
So it's egregious to even speak about it and then knowingly, like, what, did you forget that you did that incident? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody could really pull it up. Like, it's just crazy to even speak on the scenario. It has nothing to do with you. Nobody you know is personally involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yet, and still, you would feel the need to speak on it. It's like, nah, chill.
Do you think it hits a little closer to home when it's somebody like a Joe Buttons that 50 Cent will see as his peer of sort, because they was both rappers in the same era. You know, and they both been able to be successful after.
What the way, I mean, if we look at both careers, like I don't think 50 Cent would look at Joe Budden as a peer.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If
Okay.
we look at it musically, selling units, Joe Budden and 50 Cent is like comparing who sold more. It's like, nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and then career wise after that, it's not even nowhere near comparison. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 Cent has a whole, how many square footage of the studio he now run? He had numerous of shows that have gotten Emmys. He's made people more money on his shows than they've made on any other show.
Mm.
And they've documented and saying this.
Mm.
Known actresses have said that, hey, I've worked with other people, but I've made more money in this show. So you've made a lot more moves. And then, not to take nothing away from Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying? You've made your lane too, but I feel as though to speak on this situation that Big Meech and 50 Cent is having is like, nah.
You're right.
I wouldn't even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's their situation. I have no parts in it. Next topic. That should have been what it was on that episode on their podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or at least on Joe Budden's part, like, oh, next topic. If the other people on the podcast want to continue talking about the scenario, have at it. But Joe Budden, come on, you not in no position. Like, we seen you on Love and Hip Hop looking crazy. Let's not forget.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. But you know what's interesting though? They was both signed to the same team around basically at the same time. Shady Aftermath. You know, because you remember they had the slaughterhouse situation over there
Right.
with Eminem. So I because I get where you're coming from. I don't think the units dictate whether somebody's your peer is that they're still considered a serious artist. Joe Buttons is considered a serious artist, even though he didn't sell the units as 50 Cent. That's not even. I don't think it's even close. But you know, their craft is, I don't want to say neck and neck, but you know, the craft, he is his peer. But they both been able to carve their own lane. 50 super successful, Joe Buttons is super successful. But when you speak on things, you have to be prepared for the backlash. Just like, you know, us, we speaking on things and somebody could take what we say offensive. I think the biggest difference is that my bro and myself, we don't really care. It doesn't stop the blessings either way, whether how somebody feel or how they move, because we're not saying what we're saying to get anybody to agree. Especially myself, when I speak, I don't speak trying to get somebody to agree with me. I don't do that. That's why I don't do the whole back and forth with, you know, social media and things of that nature. I don't need to. I said what I said, and it is what it is, and I stand on that. But at the end of the day, in this particular situation, you know how 50 Cent going to play. 50 Cent is you know, he goes in when he feel like, you know, that's my cancer brother. I already know that energy. It's like, oh, you want to play? Okay. So seeing these pictures resurface, I honestly forgot all about that whole situation where Joe Button was, you know, running down the street and his drawers like Smokey and Friday. You know what I mean? Like, these are the pictures that he posted up on his Instagram as far as 50 Cent is concerned. So I mean, people going to talk about things, but you got to be prepared for whatever backlash that may come from it. Is that safe to say or safe to assume?
I mean, as a peer, you should already know that you did that goofy shit and the pictures are still out there. You know what I'm saying? Peer or not, you should have
Yeah,
remembered you did that
fact.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
to speak on it is just crazy. But, you know, I mean, I guess it's podcast and you got to speak on things, but it's like, that's what I'm like, certain things is like, nah.
Yeah, that's a fact. And you know, 50 gonna pull it like, you know, I forgot. Cause I completely forgot. And when he posted it, I was like, oh, at first I thought it was like one of them AI pictures. And then I was like, nah, he did have that situation. So it made it very interesting. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. According to Times Now, we could be looking at a $8,000 stimulus, stemming from the Doge findings of the billions of dollars that they found. Uh, Donald Trump has said that he wanted to give at least 20% back to the American people. What do you think about that for the possibility of an $8,000 stimulus for everybody?
That's the total amount that they calculated that if they were to give back 20%, that's what every American would get.
They speaking on 8,000.
Every tax paying American.
Correct.
8,000.
8,000.
I mean, after the pandemic and people had sums of cash coming in their way, making moves and losing it, getting this 8,000, I think would put people in a better place because you've had money, lost it, didn't make the right moves, and now you have an opportunity to get money again.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about making the right moves.
Mm-hmm.
Because 8,000 is enough as far as show money to get to hedge against it, use credit to get more money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So 8,000 is not bad. You open up an LLC, business, checking, savings, and a credit line.
DBA.
You know what I'm saying?
DBA.
Either way, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
No. DBA. I hate not you. This is not for you in particular, bro. I'm speaking this to the people in the just out there in media. They be like, yo, if you do an LLC, I'm like, yo, do you know what that comes with? Do a DBA, doing business as. But go ahead, bro. Like I said, it wasn't for you. It's just for the world because the world love to say LLC. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, I lost my point, but yeah, you good.
My bad, bro. I didn't even mean to do that to you, brother. For real. I just wanted to add on to your point by just saying instead of LLC, do a DBA because a lot of what you were saying was going to go over a lot of people's head. I'm talking about hedging your bet and taking that 8,000 and going against it and ballooning that to 24,000 possibly. But so yeah, so would you be in favor to get the 8,000 in stimulus?
I mean, if that's what we're supposed to get back, then yeah.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it as well. Is 8,000? Do I believe that's the proper calculation? No, I don't believe that's the proper calculation. But 8,000 is still 8,000. 8,000 is going to give most people some sort of relief. Most people. If you live a lifestyle and $8,000 don't give you a relief, then you have severely failed your finances. There's no way $8,000 can give you a good night's rest at one time. Most people don't ever make that type of money at one time ever in their life. So to get that one time in your life at one time, you should be able to sleep well comfortably for some nights. And if you use it properly, you could like my brother said, you could also double or triple it if you know what you're doing. But doing the research is very key, very important. So I'm for it. I think it will be great for the economy because they know it's coming right back anyway. Some people will do their due diligence and will move properly with the extra 8,000, if that was to be the case. And other people, like, yeah, I want to go to Louis, Gucci. And a lot, like, let's keep it real. A lot of people is going to do that. They going to spend at least six, keep two in their pocket, and be cool like how they be cool. Other people who's looking to benefit themselves is going to, find a way to move it forward. So this is what they've been talking about. Like I said, they've been saying based on the Doge findings of all the monies that they're stripping away, even with taxes right now, they're not releasing money like how they normally would be. Normally, that bread will be it'll be flowing. It's February 20th. That money will be flowing right now. The money is dripping. It's like you're gonna get this money, but chill. Be cool like how you be cool. You're gonna get your check. Chill. So based on these findings, they want to give the money back to the American people, which I think is dope. And like I said, I'm not a Trump fan, but I'm here for my better interest. So if Trump and his people see forward that the American people going to get this money for stimulus, I'm all for it. It's going to pay bills. It's going to help the immediate economy, and if people know what they're doing, it's going to help the economy down the line as well. So that's what I think. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Uh, a Chinese company lays out $11 million on the table for the employees to take as much as they want. It's a crane manufacturing company in China. What do you think about that?
They did what?
They laid out $11 million in cash on a table that spanned from it was crazy. Um and it was there for the employees to take as much as they want.
I mean, with how they run their sweatshops and all that, I'm pretty sure that's some of the money that they earned anyway that they didn't get because they be working these ridiculous hours, like 12, 14-hour days.
Mhm,
Sometimes they don't even leave the manufacturing shop. They got beds and bunks in the back. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
So I guess that's another way to pacify and to think like, oh yeah, they're giving us something. Yeah, take as much as you carry, and then if they really do the calculations, it's probably a drop in the bucket for the company. But it's just enough incentive to keep the people going and not really look at the bigger picture.
mhm.
It's like what company does that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, this particular company, everybody was in suits. Everybody looked like they was s- it gave me that stock market type of vibe as far as everybody in suits. It was a nice restaurant. The tables was long pause and it was whipping around and it was just flooded of cash and all the employees on both sides of the table and they like, hey, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? So they had made that announcement that the cash is there for them to take. So I don't think nobody's turning that bread down. If you in that room and you work for that company for one day, 20 years, you gonna get you some. You gonna take you some bread. And you gonna probably take as much as you can get. So uh even though they probably earned that money 10 times over, are you gonna turn that money down if it's in your face?
No, probably not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not going to turn it down, but it's just like kind of weird. Why wouldn't the company just write the checks for y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's
Facts.
like
Facts. Facts.
it's it's good, but in the history of companies, when did they ever give you cash?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
How is that gonna be on their books on their ledger? How's that work when the audit comes? You know what I'm saying?
I can already tell you how that's gonna work. It's,
Exactly. So it's like
yeah, it's gonna work in the company favor because it's cash. You can't trace cash. It's like it never happened.
right, but how many companies do that and then show all the companies you worked with in the years you worked for jobs, did they ever give you cash?
No.
All right then. You know what I'm saying? So
But no, but I'm saying how it will work. If they put out 11 million in cash, they're not going to take a major tax hit at all.
right. So why are more companies doing that? Where's the 11 million in cash in other companies?
Right, right. They won't do that in America though. I doubt that. If they had like
And
the
if it's in China, it's like the Republic Communist of China, it's a bigger play going on because I've seen videos of people who actually live in China and it's, you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
disparaging. So
yeah.
there's only but so many or so few who's really at the top. And even then it's still like, you know what I'm saying? Questionable at best.
Hmm. It's a very weird dynamic. I've never seen nothing like that. All those people look like what's going on here, and but hey, they was able to take that cash home. You raised a great question. Why not write the check? Because they didn't want that joint to be traced or tracked. Like it's just as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And you know, $11 million in cash. I mean, I'm saying like That couldn't happen in New York, I'll tell you that much, or Florida, or any of these American states where a company would do something like that. Would not happen at all. All right, moving on to our next hot topic: Olympian gold medalist, Simone Owens posted a video of her and her husband role reversal. She's dressed as him. He's dressed as her. You've seen the video. What do you think about the video?
I mean, I guess this the times we in. I mean, this literally the times we in. Like stuff like this would never happen 20 years ago. Would never even be a thought process to make the video, sit down and edit it, make sure you get the best part of it. Because I'm pretty sure you ain't get it on the first take.
Facts.
So, you know what I'm saying? To do well, first of all, you have to actually like consciously sit down and talk about it, then plan it out. Then the day of, wear the dress. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Actually put it on, go through the process of putting it on, then turn the camera on and then record. So
Mhm.
there's a lot going on. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just the time we in, and it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It
Mhm.
just, me, myself, that's not something I would attest to, or any of my mans or people I know rock with or do. But I'm saying this a different generation. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit older, so we come from different stock.
This is wild to me. The dude plays like safety, which is one of the nastiest positions on the field that you can play. That's like semi finesse position. In today's NFL and safety, you gotta come up and tackle, dog. You gotta cover a little something, something, but you gotta make some tackles in the open field. You gotta have a nasty disposition to do something like that. And off the field, it was a great idea for you to just like what your wife will wear. Like, what message do that send out? Why is that? If you do something like that, keep that between you and your wife, like, cause y'all the only ones that's gonna think it's funny. When I seen it, it was like, yo, why? Like, why? What are you doing? And he was the same person that we was just defending about, him being the prize, because there's not a lot of men that is less men out here. So when we was talking about how men are the prize is because it's less men, and we uh, give women certain things that all women can't give to all men, but all men can give all women certain things that's valuable to women, and that's why we was arguing about that men was a prize. So we was just speaking up on his behalf prior to. Now fast forward, now he's in the dress, or in his wife outfit, and like, yo, if y'all gonna do that, keep that at home. That's what y'all do, dog. But when y'all put it out for the world, then the world is going to say something. It looks crazy.
Again, I don't want to go into conspiracy theory, but it's like you alluded to. It's funny that it's a very masculine and violent sport to play football. It takes a certain type of character, a certain type of, supposedly in society viewed as a masculine man, right? So you have that ideology, and then you have another ideology of this same masculine man now being in a dress. How can you be masculine but then also be in a dress? So it kind of skews the viewpoint a lot, because it's like, how can, it's like, oh yeah, you can do both. No, the hell you can't.
Hmm.
So that's why I had to go through the breakdown of like, okay, everything of this was consciously done,
Yeah.
because you can't tell me that this was for fun and this was for me and my wife. If it was for you and your wife, nobody else would know about none of this,
No.
because we're not in y'all bedroom, because
Mhm.
it's between y'all. But because you put it out there and consciously did it, this is why I feel it's like, why I say it's in the realm of conspiracy theory, because it's like, why would you do it unless to basically, you bit the hand that you bit the hand that's feeding you, because of your comment that you said last year. Oh, you the prize.
Yeah.
Oh, you wasn't supposed to say that, because Simon, we put, you know what I'm saying, like Gordo said, we pick everybody, right? So we
Right.
pick her to be the face, but then you said this goofy comment last year, and we now we got to chastise you, right? So now this is a chastise moment. You
Oh,
wearing the dress, because why would you post it?
right. Facts. Facts.
Somebody explain that to me. Why would you post it? You wore the dress, fine. You're not gonna even get to that part because you had to put. I don't even know how you put a dress on, but I'm pretty sure you got to put one foot in, and then maybe I'm saying maybe the women can explain how you put a dress on.
Right.
But you did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you did the video. But let's not forget, you had to edit it
Mm-hmm.
and then post it.
Facts.
So I'm just saying, like, if it's not conspiratorial, I don't know what is.
Facts. I agree, bro. I agree. It like you said, it has multi layers to this right here, and dealing with this situation moving forward, it's like, what's next? What's next? Because you came out masculine, strong on your man stands, and your wife was riding with you. She said, "Yo, don't call me Mrs. Biles. I'm a married woman. I'm Mrs. Owens. Respect that." And she was upholding him. Beautiful. I love it. Right? Just like how it's supposed to be. And you do this. Not even a year later. It's like, what are we doing? We just covered that last year, bro. We only been on for a year. The podcast only been on for a year, and we just covered that prior to. Difference a year makes. Difference a year makes. My goodness. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. A man proposed to a woman with $100,000 and gets rejected. What do you think about that?
Again, like, just because you have money does not unlame you. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? You still could be a lame with money. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like if you're gonna be a tool, you're gonna get used. You know what I'm saying? So most men will be used, but used in the proper sense. You're getting misused and abused. You know what I'm saying? You thought
mm,
that, oh, getting the ring and 100K was gonna make it work. No,
mhm,
not at all. Like, you was still a lame in her eyes. Like, that's it.
mhm,
You gotta figure out your lane.
mhm.
Shorty was not in your lane. There's somebody in your lane for you. You just keep overlooking her.
Right. Yeah.
You know what
Fact.
I'm saying? She's in your lane. You
Mhm,
just keep missing her.
mm,
Shorty that was with you, it's the worst kind of like gut wrenching kind of feeling to go through. But I guess that's the universe way of showing that's your get through moment. As
mhm.
bad and as visual as it was, it's kind of hard to watch.
Yeah.
But most men have to go through certain scenarios. Like, I wouldn't say certain scenarios like that, but a scenario where, you know what I'm saying, your heart gets broken, you live and you learn and you get through that pain.
Mhm,
That's just one of those things. Don't take it on her. This is a lesson learned. Get your mind right, get in the gym, get right.
mhm.
And that short that's supposed to be in your lane is gonna come for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Facts.
That one that you chose is not for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I
Mhm.
know what you was doing. I know what I'm saying. We've been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
We done
Yeah.
chose the wrong ones. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Fact.
This happened
Fact.
a lot of times for
Mhm.
a lot of men. But
All for different reasons too.
all for many different
Right.
myriad of reasons. But this
Right.
one right here was you ignored a multitude of signs. You could have just saved yourself a heartache and just walked away clean, but you just got to eat this one.
Looking at the situation, I actually respect it from the woman to turn down a man with 100 grand in his hand. I don't know most women that will honestly do that unless they really don't mess with that dude. And we say all the time that there's a lot of women out here making money play, straight money play, straight money play. I can respect the fact that she turned a man down that she's not rocking with, and on top of it, he got 100 grand in his hand. As gut wrenching as that is for that man, she did him a favor. If a woman turns you down and you got 100,000 in your hand on top of that, mind you, the 100,000, when you're getting somebody to love and to build in a relationship, 100 grand is is it may be like the cherry on top, but it's obviously not the main course meal. So in this particular situation, I actually respect it on the woman's side where she's like, yeah, nah, I don't care if you give me 200,000. I'm not gonna say yes. Cause you have pointed out you can't unlame a lame. Like, yo, this is cool for the, He's a stepping stone, what we call a stepping stone dude. She's messing with him until she meets a dude that she like and likes her. Stepping stone dude. So even with the $100,000, cannot close the deal. So I can't imagine if she would have said yes, took the bread, and then if he offering 100,000 off the out the gate, I can't imagine what he would have to offer in a real relationship setting. And her, staying married for a couple years, just enough to, really get her hooks
Mhm.
in and going to get half of that thing. So I respect the fact that she turned down a honey straight off the rip, because she could have took the bread, could have played a part from the start, wait a couple years, 3 years, and then really go in for the kill. So she did bro a favor.
As long as he look at it as a favor for him and learn from it, then yes. Don't look at it bitter and take it any other kind of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta change you. That's all.
Hmm. That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Netflix prices will be adjusting again, moving up to $24.99 a month. What do you think about that?
What's moving to 24.99?
The Netflix accounts is moving up to 24.99. The memberships moving up to 24.99 a month.
And then I heard that you still, even if you pay for the no commercials, you still getting commercials.
That's a wicked business. That's some straight up gangster shit right there. I'm just keeping it a buck.
So regardless, all that extra money they got off y'all made no sense anyway because it was just extra money for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So where's that money back?
Mm-hmm.
You got all this money because people wanted to skip commercials, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you pay for this extra subscription to skip commercials. So they had that for a minute. Nice little money grab, right? But
Mm-hmm.
here's the new play. Oh, we raising the rates all of a sudden. But the people that was already paying for the service of not getting commercial, it doesn't matter now with the new rates and the new terms. I
Mm-hmm.
read through the terms and agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
even if you had that subscription with no commercial, it doesn't matter. You still getting commercials now. So what happened to all that extra money that you have? Are we going to get that in a reimbursement check at least?
they saying that one's for Hulu in the chat.
Oh, what?
The commercials, because they saying Netflix
Oh
doesn't.
yeah, that was for Hulu. My fault. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, that's my bad. Damn, $25 for Netflix now.
That's
That's a
that's
cancellation.
still a lot of that's still a lot of bread to stream per month, even without the channels, bro.
Right. That's the way. That's egregious.
Mm.
That's too much. Now that's an immediate cutting off. Like for what?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's you're not there's no equipment. You know what I'm saying?
right,
there's no
right,
maintenance of nothing.
right.
Like everything is streamed.
Hmm.
I remember the days when they were sending DVDs. Remember those days?
I remember those days.
That could make sense for the paying for extra because DVDs get lost, this, that, and the third, but they got away with that. So
Right,
everything is streaming. So I could on my phone, my laptop, my
anyway.
iPad, anywhere.
Yeah.
So why am I paying $25?
Hmm.
Nah, that's an immediate out of here.
And I know why they did it. They did it because they hosted some big things this previous year, which was the fights. The Logan Paul fights. They had something either with the Super Bowl or they had one of the football games, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it was the Super Bowl, but it was something with football. No, it was boxing because they did the Tyson and
I get all those
fight.
gimmicks to try to justify why they want to raise the prices, but Netflix, you started as a movie and series basis.
Facts. That's a
Now
fact.
I can understand that the series and movies bases that you're coming in with the next coming years are hot top tier movies. Like you got top tier actors doing the best movies. We got the best scripts, and this is why we're raising the rates. Don't tell me because you streamed the damn Super Bowl when your initial platform had nothing to do with the damn Super Bowl.
Right. And I'm thinking I'm getting it confused with the fight because they had the fight at Dallas. That's what I'm.
Regardless if it's fight, streaming the damn game. That was never
Yeah.
Netflix's way. So
Right.
to say that you doing that to now justify the increase, now you got me slipping, blood.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the same blue dog shit that you had before. Now you trying to finesse it and put a little sazon in and try to make it seem as something different. Nah, bro, it's the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm. You better off just getting or having what you call a Tubi and just rock out with the commercials. We grew up to the commercials, so it shouldn't be no.
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Give me time to go get some in the fridge real quick and come back.
Get a couple of grapes.
Back in the old days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You used to time the commercials right. Up, commercial eyes. Let me go
Right.
run to and come back. Show right back on again. You know what I'm saying?
And we grew up in the guerrilla area, guerrilla era in the sense where commercials was at least like 2 minutes and 30 seconds every single time. They talking about, oh, yo, you got 40 seconds until the show come back. Oh, word, damn, I don't got enough time to go pee real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? So give me the commercials. Like
Right.
that's wild, but Netflix don't have commercials. But I haven't had Netflix in years because their productivity of movies and scripts have, and they say it in the chat as well, have always been hit or miss. It hasn't been like, oh my god. And then I like the fact that they do drop everything at one time, but we don't get the same shows twice a year. Now I hate the new format where they give us 10 episodes a season. All right, if you're going to
Lazy.
episodes a season, give us 2 seasons a year. Especially if
Lazy.
the show was popping and it has the budget to give 2 seasons. I mean, well, basically 2 seasons a year.
Look at this breakdown. Stranger Things has been on for a decade, and it's only 5 seasons. This is the fuckery of Netflix. This is the blue dog shit that American Gangster is talking about.
Right.
When I give you pure unadulterated fire, you turn around and take this pure fire and put dog shit on it and turn around and give me the same thing talking about, nah, it's that pure.
Right.
How?
Step all over it.
Stepped all over my joint with muddy boots and all that.
Right.
Get your Charlie Brown boots and get the stepping. You know what I'm saying? Now you talking about $25 when a season you give me 10 episodes. Then when the next season come on, take 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Stranger Things been on for a decade, and it's only on its 5th season.
That's wicked work.
And I can't even tell when the 5th season is supposed to drop.
That's also it don't got 5 seasons yet.
Nah, the 5th season ain't dropped yet. It's coming on the 5th season. I don't know when the 5th season is supposed to drop, but it's been on for a whole decade. When we was coming up, if a series on for a decade, that means it was on for, you had 10 seasons or more. That's 10 seasons right there. If you on the show for quote unquote a decade.
Right, right.
Because every year you getting a season.
Right. So so if you got a show for a decade, you have the budget to cook.
Especially if we was giving you money this whole time.
Right. So and that's the biggest thing with Netflix is the quality of shows and the frequency of the show. So when the show was good, y'all take forever to, put this thing out. And then when they do it, they drop it all at once, which I'm a fan of dropping all at once. It's very few shows that I should see in increments. Like I can't watch X-Men 97 all at one time because I'm gonna sit there and watch it all at one time. I want to slow work X-Men 97 to me because that show is too fire to get all that at one time. It takes me on too many waves of emotion on X-Men 97, just me personally. But majority of the shows on Netflix, they hit and miss.
Yeah. And very hit or miss. And all the Netflix been on for a very long time. They started streaming other shows, right? Other products, other stuff. And then they started 2007 doing original content, right? The original programs and all that stuff. Original series, original movies. So for almost 2 decades, it's been hit or miss.
Yes.
Hit or miss with series and movies. I can name maybe in one hand fire series and movies that we've mentioned.
Right, from Netflix, right.
From Netflix, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I may have not mentioned the shows from Netflix, but I've mentioned shows from Netflix on many times.
Right, right, right.
But for the 2 decades that Netflix been on, is, again, I'm agreeing with the chat, very hit or miss. And then to turn around and say you're going to charge me more bread when the product you have been giving me for the last decade has been subpar. You have to explain that.
Mm-hmm.
Since all these companies get orders, y'all need to get orders. Because where's my refund?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my stimulus? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's for sure. I'm not paying no Netflix for my stimulus. This over with. You cook Netflix.
Because Netflix have been cooking. I remember there was a time if you bought, and this was when DVDs was still popping. They had it so locked in where if you get this particular DVD, you get Netflix with your DVD built inside the Netflix. So, and I say that to add on to the point where they've been cooking this whole time. They've been getting money. So, where's the better quality into raising the prices, and where's more of it? Like, and then, like, let's keep it real, right? We grew up on movies and shows. We know when something is ass, right? So just how their quality control team and they're watching whatever they're about to put out, and they're like, "Damn, this is going to be good." We need to do another season now, so when they sit here and binge watch this, we can have this next season ready 4 months from now, and it would keep the interest of the audience up instead of waiting, you know, 10 years just to give you 5 seasons.
That's probably what the writers was striking about. You know what I'm saying? When they had the writers strike and all that.
Right.
That's probably what they were striking about. Because it's like the lackluster and the poor quality is starting to make sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at what y'all giving us.
You're right.
10 episode seasons? That's crazy work. Okay, fine. 10 episode seasons. At least make each episode worthwhile. Nah, we don't even get that. We get subpar.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get some woke. I don't want wokeism. I want good writing. That's what I want. I want a good product.
It seemed like it seemed like every show has to indoctrinate the same
What
thing.
Nino Brown said, at times like this, motherfuckers want to get high. I want to get high off your product. Your product is trash right now.
They want to
But
get
you want more money out of me? Stop it, fam. Stop.
They want to get real high real fast. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you not giving me good work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Calvin don't got deals like this. You know what I'm saying? Damn, all this for a bottle? All this for a bag? You don't got a bottle or bag or nothing?
Nothing? Yo.
Where's the good product? Where's the good customer service?
Yeah.
Y'all been raping our pockets for years and turn around and giving us dog shit and then want more bread out of us. Nah, it's time for people to just be like, nah, we not paying no more Netflix. Then what y'all gonna do?
Mm-hmm. 25 a month is nasty work. It's nasty work. And I think we grew up in a better era of shows because sitcoms used to give us at least 32 episodes a season. I just told you we grew up to DuckTales, right? DuckTales has 64 episodes in one season.
So you got to think about it as a writer. This is your job. So you come onto a production that has a budget where they're having 24 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So you, as a writer and on the production team, the cameraman, the grip, everybody that works on whatever the set is, whether it's animation, whether it's, a TV show, a sitcom, whatever, right? It was a time where you had those long runs where you could be good as a writer.
Right, yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you was getting residuals.
Mm-hmm.
Key grip. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the proper term, but thank you very much. Key grip. Right? So now they cut all that budget.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is what the strike was about.
Mm-hmm. And that money on too.
Because you're not getting the money no more.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting the residuals and you're not getting the money. Remember, the season is not 24 episodes no more. It's only 10.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not guaranteed the second season. So in the writing room, you cook, you stressing.
Stressing.
What Biggie Small said? Mad bills on your way, you drinking Tanqueray.
Right,
you know
right.
Stressing.
Right.
You in that writing room like this, like, oh my God. They didn't renew us for another season. It was 2 months ago. Still waiting. So it's crazy.
Yeah, yo, crazy work. At the end of the day, man, all the people just want is better work, man. That's a better quality, and based on the money that they're already making, that's more than enough money to do what they've been doing. They've been cooking. I just don't understand the race. I haven't even had Netflix in years. In years because of the lackluster quality. Somebody said in the chat that that Tubi and what Netflix is better than Tubi. You might like Tubi. You might like uh, Netflix layout better than Tubi. You might like their layout, but they don't have better content. You can't sit here and say they have better movies, they have better shows because Tubi takes classic shows. They don't necessarily create shows. They create movies, and their Tubi original movies can measure up against a lot of different shows.
But
So
here's the thing, though.
a lot.
Tubi and Netflix do the same thing as far as the platform that they're on is concerned. They stream movies and TV shows.
Facts.
So why is it, though, Tubi is free, but we're still paying for Netflix?
Mm-hmm. And $25 for Netflix.
I can understand because Netflix, yes, you're paying for original content because Tubi is, yes, their original content is coming up.
Yeah.
Not there yet, but it's coming up, right?
Right.
So, granted, you're paying for the original content, but the original content you get from Netflix is damn near not enough to justify your asking price.
Right.
So again, how is it Tubi doing free? You could just download Tubi and watch whatever you want, but Netflix you gotta pay for it, and they both stream.
And to be honest with you, $25 a month for a new company that's trying to build, okay, that's a bit high, but it's like, but if you've been around for a while, you've been getting that money on, then what's the problem? So I still don't agree with the raise hike. Shout out to Dope Boy F in the building. One of our badge holders. He got his badge, y'all. Tap into the membership portion of our page. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. A baby mother online. A baby mother slams her baby father for not helping her get her lights turned back on. And the reason being is because the baby father says you have a husband. So because you have a husband, you don't need my help to keep your lights on. What do you think about that?
Wow, that's wild. Again, just back to that scenario, the dude that proposed to the female with $100,000, putting himself in an egregious position.
Yeah.
As a man, how could you put yourself in an egregious position to be with a woman and then look your woman in the face that you can't pay the electricity bill and your best idea is to go to her baby father to help pay it? That's crazy. And you thought that was cool. I'm not even mad at Shorty. I'm mad at the bro. I'm mad at that man. That's a horrible move, a horrible decision.
Mm-hmm.
And they're married?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, son. Nah, you put her in a very terrible position. You can't keep the lights on. It's terrible, son. You're supposed to do what Martin did. You know what I'm saying? Holler at your mans, get the bread. You know what I'm saying? And then hit him on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Now he got power over you. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, damn, I didn't even know I had power over her. Like, well, let me give you this 20 back.
Yo, you are
That's
stupid.
crazy, bro. Like
Yo,
that doesn't even make sense.
you are stupid.
There's
You
so
are
much
stupid.
stuff you could do to keep the lights on, bro, before even thinking about that kind of plan.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much money plays you could have did, son.
Stupid. You.
To come up with that decision, terrible, son.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, you can't unlame a lane. That was a horrible, horrible, horrible decision. And I don't even blame the woman on that one. That's all the man fault that she chose to be with. And it's not up to her baby father to keep the lights on the crib he don't even live at. Like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And if his kids is there, you need to get the kids until she can keep the lights on adequately for at least a good 90 days.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. That's a fact. Like I've been in a situation like this where I was dating a woman, right? Well, I wouldn't say dating out, doing my thing, smashing. She ends up getting pregnant by somebody else. So you know how it is in the neighborhood. I become like the uncle of the child. But I don't say myself as the uncle. She tells the child, "Oh, yeah, that's your Uncle Ash." Like dirty business, but okay, right? Mind you, I'm not in the child life or her life or whatever. And it was a situation where the baby father couldn't help her with some rent money. And she like, "Yo, I need your help with some rent money. Can you help?" And I was like, "I can, but I'm not because that's not my role. That's not what I do." And mind you, this is years ago. This is about a good 15 years ago, right? So I'm like, "Yo, that's not my role to help you in your situation. Like, I'm around you know, for that type of time, but that's as far as it go." So she says, "Well, my baby father was just wondering like what type of role you play in my life if my kid's uncle." And I was lost. I'm like, "Well, you should know the answer to that. All we do is you told everybody I'm his uncle when we both know the truth. You're not no kin of mine. I'm knocking you off.
Remember, she was keeping the lie alive
Keeping the lie alive."
and
You feel me?
forgot that it was a lie and be like, yo, you the kid uncle.
I almost fell off my chair just now. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, she forgot it was a lie, son.
A whole
That's what
lot.
keeping the lie alive do, son.
You feel me? She trying to keep the lie alive, and with a straight face gonna tell me what your baby father said. That so what's the purpose I serve in their child life? And you the pappy. Like so I kind of understand that situation, but again, I'm not in the kid's life. I'm just here to knock you off. So the fact that she tried to put me in that situation, I was like, "Yo, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you putting me in that situation because you're doing me a favor. I'm going to get away from you as fast and as far as I possibly can." Cause that was just a whole other situation. That you know how diabolical. Just think how a dude would ask his baby mother about another dude who's supposed to be the uncle if he could help your situation.
That's a dude that's raised by his mom.
Nasty work.
I mean, because that's not male problem solving skills. Because the problem solving skills would have been innately to find a way to pay that damn bill
Facts.
or make sure niggas ain't running up the damn electricity.
And not at the last minute neither.
Come on, son. Yo, electricity companies give you a multitude of times to pay the bill to catch up. So that's egregious. Turn them lights off, turn that AC off, no heat. You know what I'm saying? We grew up when you couldn't touch the thermostat. Don't even look at it.
Come on now. Come on now.
You don't got AC or heat money. You don't touch it. So I don't know what happened to that scenario. You grew up in that life. I know you grew up with the money. So you knew you not to touch that. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
You don't pay no bills, so you're not touching that thermostat, bro. What you mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, in the summertime, to have AC, what?
That what AC fans? We got fans in the crib. Brooklyn, you don't got no AC in Brooklyn.
And remember, we come from New York. There's no that now they got central AC. Growing up, we ain't had that. So you
Yeah.
had the room with the AC unit, and you was happy that was your room. If you was, you know what I'm saying, fortunate enough to have that.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is, we grew up in an era where being fiscally sound on bills, especially the electricity bill, is important.
Wet
You may
towel.
not have no food in the crib, but damn sure you gotta keep the lights on. You can't have no food in the crib and no lights on, bro.
That's you got to get it together. If you don't got,
Yes, man.
you got to.
Life is hard then.
Yeah.
So again, it's on that male to be in that position where he thought it was cool to tell his woman to go ask her baby father. Like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. About your house.
That he don't live at.
Crazy nasty work. Crazy nasty work. I understand it because I was in that similar situation and I had to get completely away from that person. All right, moving on to our next segment. This segment is brought to you by Bravo Section. Make sure you go to bigbravosection.com. Again, bigbravosection.com. You can buy dope photography or you can book a session with one of the best photographers in the world, especially if you're in the Miami area. You can still book that session. They'll take the train out and still
Or
take
the Sprinter van. The I-95 looking real beautiful. You know what I'm saying? On the road again, you heard?
on the road again. You know what I'm saying? And you can book that session at bigbravosection.com. You got a petty law, petty words, petty thought for us?
All right, Chad, you know this segment is our words from the petty law, petty Bible, this Black's Law Dictionary. First word is from Rowan Jack, now in the chat, but shout out to you, Rowan Jack, for having me look up this word. First word is objection. So act of objecting. That which or may be presented in opposition, an adverse reason or argument, a reason for objecting or opposing, a feeling of disapproval, objection. So the second word that Ron Jack wanted me to look up was substain, but unfortunately, the 6th edition of Black's Law did not have substain. So to supplement for it, I went ahead and looked up prosecutor. So prosecutor is one who prosecutes for another for a crime in the name of the government. One who instigates the prosecution upon which an accused is arrested, or who prefers an accusation against a party whom he suspects to be guilty, as does a district, county, or state's attorney on the behalf of the state or the United States. Attorney for a federal district on the behalf of the United States government may be a service who represent the people in a criminal action. So it's very interesting that they say that a prosecute is one who instigates, not solve, investigates, none of that. Instigates the prosecution. Very interesting. Next word on the list is villain. So this one is a very interesting one. An opprobrious epithet, implying great moral delinquency and equivalent to knave, rascal, or scoundrel. So villain is nothing but a rascal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're a super villain,
Mm-hmm.
you're just a super rascal. You know what I'm saying? A scoundrel. You know what I'm saying? So next word on the list is fugitive. So one who flees, used in criminal law with the implication of flight, evasion, or escape from arrest, prosecution, or imprisonment. All right. So words for this week were objection, prosecutor, villain, and fugitive. Again, Chad, if there's any words on the list that you would like to know the legal definition of, could it be any word that we speak every day? There's myriad of words that we use, but we don't necessarily understand the legal ramification of these words. So this is why this segment is apparent and why me and my brother put this segment together, because it's how we use these words and then understanding the legal definition, because everything we do is legal. Everything is based on contract. So it's not based on feelings, because there is no feelings in law. So you either you know or you don't know. If you know, you're not going to get played. If you don't know,
Don't
you
know.
don't know.
Dope, dope. Again, send my brother some more words to look up through the Black's Law Dictionary. Um, but be serious about your words. Don't be jokey about the words. These are serious messages that we need to have and to know these meanings that we use in our everyday life, but they have double meaning. They have different meanings for us. So make sure y'all be serious in the words and intentional in the words that y'all choosing for my bro to look up for the Black's Law Dictionary.
Black's Dictionary.
All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment, our Keep the Lie Live segment.
Keep the lie live.
Keep the Lie Live. So my Keep the Lie Live for this episode is what happened to friendships, yo? That is my biggest question all through the show. And what got going on in society right now, we got a lot of friends crashing out on each other. And it's like, when is this going to really stop? I mean, at the end of the day, when you're looking at this, first you got to determine who's a friend. In order to be somebody's friend, you have to be friendly. That's first and foremost. But we have people that be in our life, and every time you tell them something negative about you, they're smiling, and you're like, damn, like why is what I'm going through so funny to them? But when I tell them something great, when I share some good news, or you're like, yo, I did this and I did that, it's all that's good to hear. That's, I'm glad that's working out for you. And you hear the just the no genuine energy behind that funny handshakes when you're doing well. But when you're down bad, or when you're going through something that really could change your life, that really, has your mind, spirit, and heart, it's the funniest thing in the world to them. But I'm seeing people that supposedly have great friendships now are crashing out. And we're seeing that time and time over again right now on social media, on different various platforms. So it's like, whatever happened to friendships? Going into the ASAP Rocky situation, ASAP Rocky was he was found not guilty on his assault charge, where he had he was firing a semi-automatic handgun at his former friend ASAP mob member ASAP Riley, and this was an altercation that took place in 2001. So how can we be crew? We go from being crew. We go from like getting money. We go from getting girls. We go from going shop, like all the things that it takes to build bonds with your bro. We go from fighting them dudes over there, like just all types of just dope stuff. We go from being broke to getting money, like just all these coming of age type of moments to end up here in court fighting for your life. The possibility of facing 10, 15, 20 years where you're away from your children, where you're away from your wife, not from somebody that uh, was on a serious type of time, that's a stranger that don't know no better, and you have to protect yourself against that type of person. It's against somebody that's supposed to know you. So what happened to the friendships? And I say this all the time, like, and there's no disrespect or no shade to the ladies, but men, we generally have better friendships than women, meaning with our own friends. And this is, a real thing, right? And this is not man versus woman type of thing, but this is just a real thing, because all men, we kind of bond like the same type of way. We play sports, we chase girls, we eat the same foods, we fight, we argue. That's our bonding. So it's like, yo, like we cool. So to see a place where we're at right now, when we're seeing all these friendships crash out, we got ASAP Rocky going on, we got Cameron and Jim Jones going on. It's just a multitude of different friendships we seeing playing out. That is like, damn, like what happened, bro? What happened to friendships?
Um, damn it with the see Cameron and Jim Jones situation. Can I say it's similar to ASAP
It's
Rocky
not,
and
not
it's
right,
not,
right,
but I'm gonna speak on the ASAP Rocky situation more so because I feel that is like to my point as far as like back to Gordo's point, they pick niggas for this shit. Cause as you're saying to if you're saying that men bond over friendship over years. So you mean to tell me these niggas came from the mud, didn't have nothing, bonded together on music, fashion, and their love for being in Harlem and this like that. Found a lane, made millions of dollars out of it. Yes, they could have been growing pains, they drifted
right.
apart, this, that, and the third. So you mean to tell me after doing all of that, your way to solve it was to go attack another man or threaten him and this, that, and the third when you supposed to be my mans?
Mm-hmm.
If you my mans and I got love for me and we are at odds with each other and we not seeing eye to eye, as your mans, I'm walking away.
Mm.
I'm walking away from the situation. We need cooler heads to prevail. Maybe some time apart. We cool down, come back, chop it up. Because as your man's, I can't say anything I can't take back. Because we get into a heated argument, as men, after a while, yeah, we mans in them, but we still men. We
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna be with the back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So as your man, as your brother, before we even fight, I'ma just walk away. Because the argument is gonna get too heated. I'm gonna say something, you gonna say something, because we gonna one up each other on the comments we say. I'm gonna say something hurtful, you gonna say something hurtful. Why go through that if I'm your man's?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just walk away from you. Because I'm your man, because I'm your brother, because I know what's gonna happen if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
How can I do that to my brother then?
Mm-hmm.
So dare I say y'all was never really friends in the for real.
Mm. Mm.
Because worst case scenario, we squash it, we squabble it up. Me
Mm-hmm.
and you, we meet up, we fight,
And it's done and over with.
we cry,
Mm-hmm.
we hug, and we go get some food. And
Mm-hmm.
then the shit is done.
Mm-hmm. Crack some
Real,
jokes. Get back
crack
to.
some jokes about the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody needs to know about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We share this moment with each other and the shit's over with.
Mm-hmm.
So dare I say y'all was never really friends for real, because there's no way in hell I'm getting millions of dollars with my mans and we fall over what? Over money? Nah, chill. When we ain't have no bread before.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean? How we fall over something we ain't have before? We
Mm-hmm.
built this brick by brick. I'll be damned if I let you let another motherfucker break it down just because you don't like another way a nigga talk. Drive, motherfucker. I tell you, I love these movie quotes, man. I love the game, man. I love the hustle. Yeah, I can retire. Yeah, I can lead the league. Are they gonna love me the same?
Are you an idiot?
That's what I'm saying. There's no way in hell. Because a true friendship, you don't have to always be there with your mans.
Mm-hmm.
Because true friendship, it has nothing to do with time. You could be months go by, you man pick up again. It's same like it was yesterday.
Right.
So it's back to my point, was they y'all friends for real? Because how could it go all the way to court when one is fighting for his life, the other trying to see some bread and don't care if he get 50 years?
Right.
How could I do that to you? How
Mm-hmm.
can I look at your mother?
Mm-hmm.
How can I look at your mother again knowing I'm the reason you went to jail?
I gotta look at your kids that need.
Hell no, son. Your kids is one thing. Your mother, ain't no way how I could look at your moms.
Mm-hmm. I was at your crib. She made me food. Like
when I was hungry.
You feel me?
Then I threw her son in jail for some bread? Chill.
She threw me a towel and a washcloth when I spent the night. You know what I'm saying?
She ain't have it, but she made it look like she had it for all of us.
Come on.
Save face. and you turn around and throw her son in jail for what?
Mm-hmm.
Chill, bro. Nah.
I don't think I've. So let me say it like let me say it like this. Like my friendships, like I'm real thorough with my friendships. If we have a falling out, I'd rather not speak to you than to go to war with you. I'm not going to war with anybody that I had love for or anybody that I called my friend. I'm not going to war ever, because one of the main factors is because we bonded on such a level, and another factor is your family. I know your family. Nigga, we are family. So on that premise alone, if we have a falling out, we're just not going to speak because I got that type of love for you. And then on top of that, I'm not going to wait for us not to speak to now throw salt on you. I'm not going to say, yeah, I smashed this girl or I smashed his wife. He don't even know. It's like, yo, how you call somebody your man's and you smashed his wife and now you tell it now y'all not cool.
It's just like the saying that they always say in all these movies is when they say you're not a real true killer until you kill somebody you love. Right? So why do you think they say that?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Nino Brown told him that Jugglehead told him, like, nah, we don't want you to kill a regular old schmo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be too easy.
Mm-hmm. No, we don't want you to kill a gang member.
We don't want you to kill a gang member. That'd be too easy. You know what I'm saying? So it's the fact of, if you could do that to somebody you love, then damn.
Right.
So if they're supposedly your friend for years and you could do that to them,
Mm-hmm.
nah.
Mm-hmm.
You're cooked in everybody else's eyes if they smart.
That's a fact. And you brought up some really interesting points. When you're really at odds with your friends, you have your argument and y'all just move forward. Worst come to worst, y'all shoot the fair one and it's over with. Ain't nobody going to get no gun. Ain't nobody going to do this. Like, yo, you hungry? You want to get something to eat? Yo, let's go play some ball. Because there's a real brother, a real bond that's really there. So when I see all this crashing out, and then if I really have a beef or a disagreement with my brother, I'm not going to social media. I'm not doing none of that. If I have a disagreement with any of my bros, I'm not going to social media like, yeah, I had a disagreement. I know we seem to be cool, but I only knew the dude for 30 years, and like I didn't know him all my like. Come on, like you just sound crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you got a real beef or just not even a this whatever you got with your brother, light or big, pause. That's not for social media. That's not even for your other friends. That's for you and him. Yo, bro, we need to chop up. We not seeing eye to eye, and boom, 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 boom. If it goes worse further than that, then y'all need to take some time apart. So again, cooler heads can prevail. Because at the end of the day, it ain't much time we got on this damn planet. Before you look up, it's gonna be 20 years later. And if people get going, what I mean by people get going, people go to jail, people die, people move, all types of stuff. You be like, damn, I haven't seen you in like 25 years or 15 years.
Done forgot what the beef was about. I
You
lost all that time.
feel me? Your kids are adults. They don't know your kids. It's like, yo, like how do that happen? How do we let 15 years go by? My kids don't know your kids. Like, how do we let that happen? So again, what happened to friendships? And we have to be very intentional on how we move and how we treat people as our friends. Because again, in order to be a friend, you have to be friendly.
That's a fact.
And to have discord like that and not be able to have any type of resolution and then to take it to a level like y'all never was is nasty work.
Too many eyes is on you where you can't use words
Mm-hmm.
to solve your problems. You know what I'm saying? There's too many words in the English dictionary. There's mad dictionaries out here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Pick up a book. You know what I'm saying? Use a bunch of the words in the book. You know what I'm saying? Use your words.
Facts. And you know what's crazy? I've had friends for 40 years. For those who don't know in the chat, I am 40. I'm 40 years old. But I've had friends for 40 years, 35 years, 30 years. Me and my bro going strong pause, 20 years. No, 25. You see what I'm saying? No, 21. Oh
You put
04.
an extra jacket on me, kid.
Nah, it's
I was about to say,
21.
yeah, 21.
21 years of friendship. And I got friendships older than that, and I got friendships newer than that. But the point that I'm making is that every time somebody don't see eye to eye and this, that, and the third, we not going over here. We not going over there because there's a real brotherhood, there's a real love, there's a real bonding thing there. It's more jokes than anything, more laughter and great times than anything. You want to be a part of your friend's success. I remember my brother's birthday. I drove down to his birthday. I
Right.
drove down and I went home the same night. And my brother lives a good 3.5 hours away. And I
Right.
and I came out there party. We went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then I got back on the road again. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to celebrate with my bro on his birthday. Friendships. What happened to friendships? So that's my keep the lie alive for tonight's episode. I want to thank y'all for tapping in. Y'all been amazing as always. Also tap into the membership portion of the page. Different memberships, different access. We've been posting nonstop. So there's unlimited content on this page, on this channel. We have different things on this, different programming on this channel as well. But for this channel in particular, over 300 rewatchable videos right now. So make sure you tap in. It's great to have it's great conversational starters for you and your loved ones, friends, or people at work. So make sure you share, like, and subscribe and leave comments on them rewatches as well. Great conversational starters. Also, we're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We just went over the 10,000 mark. So we're looking to get to that 20,000 subs, and we're going to get there with y'all love and y'all support. Um, Also, I want to thank some of the sponsors of the show, Bravo Section, Button Snaps, and OUV Records. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit me on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild, or you can hit my brother on his Instagram at
Bravo section _.
you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, hit us up on Instagram. Also, tap into the Overstand podcast every Monday at 9:30 on this channel. Why understand when you go Overstand every Monday at 9:30? This particular show, Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast, we're on for all the new users or viewers on tonight's episode. We're on every Thursday and every Sunday at 10:30 p.m. So make sure y'all tap in and continue to bring that energy. They're asking about Facebook. Facebook, tap into Ashley Lovechild on Facebook. Let them know your Facebook information real quick, bro.
Sorry, not on Facebook. You could reach me on my website at bigbravosection.com.
So make sure y'all tap into bigbravosection.com. I feel like I'm missing something else. Uh, uh, uh. Yeah, man. It's been another dope episode. Again, we appreciate y'all support. It's a growing and growing and growing platform. So the show is going to continue to grow with your support, and we appreciate y'all as always. Again, um, got a new album, working on a new album right now. In the in between time, go on any music platform that you got, tap in Ashley Lovechild and tap into the music. For all the new again viewers tonight, hip hop dude, hip hop, rap, R&B. So make sure y'all tap into it. Just tap in Ashley Lovechild. My favorite album that I have is called Ready to Live. So make sure y'all tap into that album. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's love. And we'll see y'all this Sunday at 10:30. We out.